What's my mother name?
What's up guys, KW175 back with another Pokemon Duel video, and this is some bonus content for you guys. A bonus matchup of me and CareBear going head to head. Now this is a format that Fodder put in place for his creators tournament. And this wasn't an official match or anything like that. It was just for fun. CareBear was live streaming. He came up with this deck build. He's got a dark deck put together with the Yveltal. He's got the Sableye. You know, we're both level 10, chain level 10. He's got the Cacturn, chain level 10. He's got the NK. He's got the Crawdaunt, and he's got the Goomy. So it's a pretty cool deck. Now I used my same deck that I went up against him with in the official round of Fodder's Pokemon Duel Creators Tournament, and I was able to beat him. I went 2-0. I was able to beat him both matches. Then he went on to the losers bracket and unfortunately was eliminated in that round as well. CareBear didn't get the best of RNG in this tournament, and you know, at this point, I don't know if you guys have watched all of my tournament rounds. I'll link those, and I don't know if you watched me and CareBear's official round. I'll link that as well as his channel link. Definitely go check him out. He puts together some great decks, and you know, has some great duels. He does some live streams every once in a while, so definitely go check CareBear out. So this was fun. I used the same deck. He's using a dark deck. My Poliwhirl matchup isn't going to be great for the Crawdaunt. You know, it's probably going to be spinning purple or white, but there is a slim chance that it can land that gold, shift into a miss. My Golisopod, I felt like was a pretty good matchup to block off his Cacturn. Look at that, it's a 1 MP Pokemon, but he was able to come 3 MP from his entry point, down one movement point away from my entry point. He's going to be coming out with that NK. Now, NK is definitely a nice uncommon, especially for this format. It confuses with its white, and it's got a really sizable 2-star purple that can put, you know, Pokemon to sleep. My Cacturn, I think, is an okay matchup, because, you know, if we do get confused, we're just going to be spinning into that Poison Sting, so it can be pretty hard to knock out. He's only really got the Sableye and a little bit of gold on the Crawdaunt for his gold attacker. So he's going to actually pull off the Pokemon Switch, and he's got the Slippery Swap. Now, you know, it can kind of go either way. Slippery Swap is obviously bigger than his Spit Poison, but it's going to kind of be 50-50. So, yeah, Poliwhirl's not really going to do much with his ability, so I'm trying to decide, what do I want to do? Well, attacking into this NK could be very dangerous if we get put to sleep, and we do get put to sleep. Now, he could, you know, move onto my entry point and block me off from being able to wake it up, but I have a full heal. And he doesn't go for the attack, so right away I'm like, let's go. And I rewatched his live stream, and he knew right away. He's like, oh crap. He's like, he's got that full heal. And I'm like, yep, so I am going to advance. I have an X speed. I could easily knock out that Goomy with an X speed, but you know, I may go after that Yveltal. Now, he doesn't block me off with the NK. He actually goes defensive from the other side, probably because he knows I have that X speed. And, you know, he called it. He knew I was going to be going with the X speed, but he thought I was going to be going after the Goomy. I thought about it. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, you know what? Let's go all in. We could, you know, pop off and do 200 damage and just beat Yveltal's whole wheel. And we only get 2 spins, but fortunately for us, the Yveltal landed purple, and we get a huge knockout. We knock out his EX, so that was huge. So he's got to go defensive. Ninja retweeting. So, you know, he has a gold block. I'm going to move up. He doesn't have hurdle jump. That's what I was checking for. And, yeah, now this Yveltal would be able to block off my Sableye from being able to pass his dark types, like his own Sableye. But Yveltal's off the board. I'm going to press forward, and he's going to go defensive with the Goomy. So, you know, I could have jumped over that Sableye and threatened a surround on his Cacturn, but I didn't want him to advance too far with that Sableye. We have a surround set up, so he can't bypass us either, or risk getting surrounded. So He's going to go in for the attack, try to surround us, and I seen that right away. That's why I moved my Blaziken up. And he goes for the attack, but lucky for us, we shift him into the opposite attack that he needed. Now, if he takes, well, he can't choose. If he hits that slippery swap, you know, it's just Gumi's going to automatically switch, and we're both going to get knocked out. My Poliwhirl is poisoned. He's going to go, he's going to move back with that Cacturn. Now, I feel like he's in a pretty good position where he could have advanced with his Sableye, but he doesn't. And we kind of pushed back that Cacturn, and we had a surround set up at that point, so he had to block off with his Crawdaunt, and now we're going to be able to block off that Sableye from advancing any further. So I don't know, maybe a missed opportunity for him to, you know, put some pressure on it, because, you know, Pancham's not going to be a great matchup for that Sableye. Definitely not a great matchup, and we're going to hit a miss. Come on, Golisopod. It took a lot of work to get you down that far to 1 MP, so I'm going to max revive. You know, it's a level 10. Level 10, I put it all into the respin effect. I forget what it's called. But if we hit that flying blow with a respin, then we're going to hit for 200 damage. So that Cacturn's going to have to spin quite a bit. So I go for the attack, trying to surround that Gumi and myself, because, you know, we kind of have his entry points blocked off, even though, you know, he's blocking his own entry point at this point, but, you know, our Sableye is threatening the entry as well. So he's going to go defensive, and definitely a great opportunity for me to jump over, take the entry point, threaten us around on that Cacturn, and he still has X speed. So I probably should have attacked right here, but there's a pretty good chance that we just outright lost that roll. And then I believe he would have just moved. Yeah, no, he wouldn't have been 3 MP. No, he wouldn't have been 3 MP. I think there has to be, oh, and we hit the gold, and he gets the spin. Look at that. I thought it was going to keep going. 10 spins, 300 damage, but we minus the 1 with our Sableye, so 299. I had to screenshot that. I was like, all right, that's a real nice spin on the Cacturn. Fairly new Pokemon at this point whenever we played this matchup. Yeah, I don't know. I was like, you know what? I think it's a good chance. Like, we can knock this thing out, take the entry point, and you know, Cacturn, that's weird, man, with Cacnea and Cacturn. Either they just go nuts or they just really woof it. So that was beautiful. We were able to get the knockout, take the entry point, and you know, it would have been really nice if Sableye was a different figure, wasn't able to move through us, because I could have moved up first and got a double KO surround. Slippery Swap is going to go off now, and boom, we get rid of the Gumi, we get rid of our own Poliwhirl, but it was poisoned, and, you know, we have both his entry points, so we kind of just want to start picking Pokemon off at this point. Now, he has to be careful with what he does right here. You would think Sableye going after maybe that Cacnea, confuse it, but we have a surround set up with our Pancham, so he's going to move up. Good move here. Good move. He can put us to sleep, and he does. So, what do you do in this situation, you know? Just attack this Sableye, really. And Confuse Ray is going to go off. So, not great. Definitely not great, but, you know, it could be worse. As long as we don't hit our gold, we should be okay. So he's going to be able to bring out the Yveltal again. So I'm like, ah, man, I'm out of X speed. Already used our max revive. Down to 29 seconds. He's got 57 seconds, so I just backtrack with Blaziken. To be honest, I'm kind of worried about getting put to sleep there, and I didn't want to have to travel too far with my Pancham and allow that Sableye to advance even further, so I'm just going to continue to attack here. We are going to shift into the gold. That was really nice, and we're going to be able to advance with our Pancham at this point. Blaziken's kind of, you know, hanging on the back line, but again, I can't get too far away from a Pokemon that is next to the NK, because I got to be in a position to try to wake it up. So I'm going to move up with the Pancham, and I probably should just start advancing in with the Golisopod. 26 seconds. He's got 38. He goes in for the attack. I'm like, come on, Pancham. Whew. Okay, Dark Mist going to go off. Look at that. 160 damage. We would have been able to knock out that Yveltal. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to move in with this Golisopod, try to knock it out, have a surround set up. He's going to go defensive first, and I go in for the attack. Risk getting surrounded, but his Cacturn's not going to be able to knock us out just yet, and we get knocked out regardless. So Cacturn's going to be a 1 MP. I believe it has to be away from the opponent's figures, like with like 2 steps. There can't be any figures within like 2 steps. So see, still a 1 MP. I definitely want to keep it that way. And I want him to really think about what he's going to do here. Now, this could be bad for us. Okay. So he has to switch. I'm like, that was perfect. I'm going to wake up my Cacnea. Like, that could not have worked out any better. I don't know how upset he was when that happened, but I don't think there's anything he can do to stop it. When you land that hide, you have to switch. And he's only going to get a 39 on his Cacturn. But he's not going to get knocked out. I'm going to go after this Yveltal, try to get a Cyclone kick, and we get it. Get out of here. Look at that. 150 damage, Oblivion Wing. Yveltal can get pretty nasty, guys. You know, and I think his is a level 10, chain level 10, so Pancham is going to get it done. Look at that. 200 damage to his 29. Just, you know, it's just RNG, guys. It really is. You know, our wheel's only like, our spinner's only like half our wheel. So he's got to go after the Pancham. I'm like, come on, Pancham. You got this. Beautiful. We would have been able to wake it up, but then he would have been able to advance toward our end. So that's GG. We have the 3 MP on the entry point, and we have Blaziken threatening the goal. So he's going to go in for the attack regardless. He's like, see if I can knock out this confused Pancham. And we're going to hit the 50, and he gets that -1 from our Sableye, and it's just like, GG, man. It's RNG, though, guys. 16 seconds. We caught up on some time, because we were definitely behind. He had 14 seconds, and it was a great match. So, good game, CareBear. Again, I'm going to link his channel down below. I'm going to link some of the tournament matchups. Go check him out, guys. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new upload. Follow me on Twitter, KW175, for bonus content and further discussions. And until the next one, later, guys.